welcome back, viewers. The program is Focus on Africans. We're still in Amsterdam, and today we're in the Bouwtenveld area of Amsterdam. And we do our best to bring interesting personalities to this program. Today we are having a chat with a very young African, very talented, and he has a lot of stories to tell us. His name is Geoffy George. Let me welcome Geoffy to Focus on Africans.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm very fine, no, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
We start this program by asking our guests to tell us something about themselves. Who is George?
Who is George? My name, I was born as Theophilus Onyena Turuchi George. My artist name is Geoffy G. The G stands for George. Onyena Turuchi.
And that means?
The son or the friend of God.
So are you friendly with God?
I'm very friendly with God. I'm very friendly with God.
What can you tell us about yourself?
I came here like when I was 5 years with my brothers and my mom.
Where were you born?
I was born in Akwete, in Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian.
You grew up?
I grew up my junior years when I was till 5 years. I grew up in Nigeria, in Akwete, in our village, Abia State.
Do you remember some of the things you were doing in the village?
Yes, I remember going to school with my friends. Yeah. And the good thing I remember is we walking to school every day, and we didn't even complain because we like going to school.
How many kilometers are we talking about?
I really cannot.
But it was a distance.
It was a distance for me as a young boy. It was a distance. Okay. Maybe if we redo it now, now I'm older, maybe it will be a small thing. But then, if you're small, the world is very big for you.
Yeah. You are going with your slates, and
yes.
It was a good thing for you.
Yes, it was a very good thing for me.
What other things do you remember?
I remember going to church with my mom.
Yeah. Because
my mom is a very spiritual person. She goes to the church of Cherubim and Seraphim. Okay. A very spiritual church. And I know her taking us to church and the joy of the people singing there and everything and the choir. That is.
Now you still have in your mind.
Yes. That's even where my musical journey began.
Okay, okay, we're going to talk about your musical group and 5 years. What happened? 5 years.
My mom, she decided to come to Holland because she had. My mom is she's the elder of 2 children. Okay. She's the elder one, and she had a junior sister living here already in Holland. Okay. So she wanted to go to Europe to stay with her because her both parents, they already passed away at a very young age.
Your grandparents?
My grandparents, yes. Okay. So she wanted to reunite with her family here in Europe. Okay. So we packed out when I was 5 years to.
How many of you?
We were with 5 children. And
your mom was?
My mom, yes.
And you all left at the same time?
Yes, all at the same time.
Okay, you came from a small village, Akwete.
Yes.
Landed in Amsterdam. Yes. Everything was. What were your first impressions of Amsterdam?
It was very big, very crowded.
Because you came from a small village?
Yeah, because I came from a small village. And the one thing I remember, it was around summertime. Okay. So when we came there, we were packed with thick clothes and everything, and we felt very cold. And people, they were walking with short sleeves and everything, and they were looking like I thought like we were mad or crazy or something.
Why were you packed? So who packed you with thick clothes? Your mom?
Yes, my mom.
She was afraid?
Yeah, my auntie already told her it's going to be very cold for us because you know the African weather is one thing different than our European weather. What we call summer, we call it winter.
So you came with you were dressed like masquerades.
Yes, like that. Yes.
Those were the first impressions you had.
Yes, my first impressions, and a lot of white people. I didn't saw any black people.
But have you ever seen a white person in Nigeria before you left?
I can't recall that. I can't recall.
So you were a young boy of 5 years, surrounded by white faces.
Yes. That was like, wow.
How did you feel it?
It was like I met how to call that, like aliens. I never seen white people. I know
so many of them.
It was so many. It was so many because if you're in Africa, it was surrounded by black people, conscious people, and here they were all white and tall people, and I was like, wow, where are these giants coming from? Because we Nigerians, not only Nigerians, Africans, we are small people. Okay. Nigerians, they are tall, but my own family, we are small people.
So you come and you saw giant,
tall, giant white people.
How long did it take you to overcome?
I think because my auntie she picked us up at the airport Schiphol.
Okay.
When we went back and sat down, I think it took a few days because then we were going out
Yes,
small,
yes.
small.
Getting used to see white people.
Getting used to the environment and everything.
So what were you doing in those days? How did you occupy your time?
We were in Eindhoven because they took us to a refugee house where we stayed. So the first few months, it was just getting to know people, getting to know the environment, and we started with the refugee house there.
Why refugee house?
I think it's policy. It's policy in Holland at that time because we came here around in the 90s.
Yeah.
In the 90s, and I think it was just policy for people to start there because we had to ask for a staying permit, a visa, like a visa to stay in Holland, and the policy is just to begin there, and from there there's a whole stage of getting to your permanent stay.
How long did it take to get through those stages?
I think it's a good 8-9 years.
You were the refugee camp?
Yes. No. But we started there, and the process. And when I was like 6, or no. I came when I was 5. Maybe even when I was 10 years, they sent us back to Nigeria.
From the camp, from the refugee center.
Yes. And then my mom, in the meantime, she already met a Dutch man. So they were just appealing for a permanent stay, and it came to pass that they wanted to go and marry. So when the government heard that, they would let us come back for the marriage. And then when my mom married, then we could stay.
Okay, that took 5 years.
Something like that. Yes.
In the meantime, you didn't go to school?
I went to school. I went even to school. I started in Eindhoven and attended school there. And then I also lived for a short period by my auntie in Leiden, and also went to school there. So
how do you master the language?
It's if you're young,
it's easy to pick up.
And I was very focused in learning the language because they always pick on me because I couldn't speak the language. And I always told myself, I'm going to learn this language even better than you people, and then you people will see.
So how is your Dutch today?
My Dutch is excellent, I can say. Yeah.
So coming back for the second time, can you tell us what happened?
The second time when we came here, it was not that different for me because I studied the Dutch language even when I was in Nigeria. I was teaching my friends the Dutch language, and everybody was like, "Wow, teach us more."
What were they supposed to do with it?
It's just something new for them because they didn't know Dutch, and nobody ever know people who went to Dutch.
So you were a champion there.
I was a champion there. Yeah, you can say it like that. I was just like,
Did you charge for it?
Sorry?
Did you charge money for it?
No. I was not like that. No, they are my friends, so I cannot ask them money
just
for it.
To show off.
Yeah, just to show off.
So coming back the second time, how did you manage to regularize your stay?
I was very happy to come back because it was something I really wanted to do because in Nigeria at that time, my senior brother, because I have 2 senior brothers. Osondo is the most senior one, and the one after me is Onyeochi Emmanuel George, and he died in Nigeria, so it wasn't a good vibration for me in Nigeria. So coming here, that was like leaving something bad behind and getting a new start again here in Holland.
How did you pick up then?
I pick up very well because, like I told you, the Dutch language was still there.
But then you could get your staying permit.
Yes. When we came back, my mom, she married a Dutch guy in Bergen, and then we could stay here. Yes.
And then about schooling. What can you tell us about your schooling?
Schooling, yes. My schooling period, I was very anxious to learn the Dutch language, and I was they told me I was a very smart guy, and I could always relate to everybody. I was just like a friendly, social person. But that all changed because I was one of the few black guys in every school I attended in Eindhoven, in Katwijk, Leiden, or in Bergen. We were the only black people around those times. So you know how children are. They pick on you if you are different.
Yeah, that's the question I was going to ask you. There's a lot of Africans complain about racism.
Yes.
What were your own experiences?
when I was small, I wouldn't put it like racism, because when you're small, I don't know what racism is. But I felt I was different. Let me put it like that. And the children would let me know I was different. They would insult me in Dutch language when I was just small, when I didn't understand them. But if you're insulting somebody, you can see it in your eyes, in the way you manage
the body
yourself.
language.
Yeah, body language. You can see people that are talking about you. So it was a very tough period for me. But it was also a period for me, if people they were picking on me, it would give me even more power to learn and to move forward. Yes. But when I came to like puberty, that was the time things blow up for me. That was the time I didn't want to take the racism no more. That was also the time
What happened?
I started listening to rap music.
Rap music.
Rap music. So some parents, they can relate to that, because some parents are not very fond of rap music. And for me, it was like Tupac was one of my inspirators, my heroes. He was always angry and always against the system, against racism, against suppression of black people.
You went through that phase?
I went through that phase. So that.
But do you have the personal racial experience?
Yes, definitely.
You feel like relating it? You feel like telling us?
Yes. Like I said, people, they were calling me names. They were letting me know I was different. At the time when I was not that strong mentally or physically, people that would beat me up and throw things at me and everything. And I can recall one day when we were living in Bergen, then I came back and some people, they draw up my dreads, because I have dreads since when I was 5 years.
Okay. So your mother allowed you to have dread?
No, she didn't allow me, but I was that kind of stubborn child who didn't want it to comb his hair. So the dreads always grew themselves, and my mom could never catch me. If she came with a comb or scissors, I'd always run away. When I was 5 years, she cut it off, but I always let it grow again.
So she allowed you to, she left you alone?
She left me, yeah. She knew it was something that was me. It's not like I was show off, or I was not maintaining it, because I always maintain my hair well.
But not the community? No,
so she just left that thing behind. But that, like I was saying, that day I came back, they threw up my dreads, and they give me a blue eye. They hit me a blue eye. My mom took me to school, because she already told the people a lot of times that they have to take care of us, because we're the only black people, and children, they were speaking on us. Even some teachers, they were just, the way they was talking, you could see they were not paying enough of respect. So my mom took me to the school, to the principal, and she told her, what I told my child, I'm going to tell you again. I told him, any person who touches him again, he's allowed to beat that person like crazy. In the front of the principal. What was the principal's reaction? She was shocked. She couldn't say anything, because I think she knew that she didn't take enough effort
to maintain discipline,
to maintain the situation. So from that day, I was it was a new stage for me. I had the blessings from my mom to defend myself. So everybody who touches me, I just beat them. Yes.
So they left you alone.
Yeah. So that's where my street fighter began.
And then what did you study?
I went to study, how you call that? They call it SPH, and in English is social work. Social work, yeah. And
which area did you specialize in?
I specialize in the mental health care.
Mental health care,
yeah,
okay.
Because I'm also working there for almost 4 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do you do then?
How you call that in English?
Groupsleider,
they call it.
Oh, the group leader.
Yeah, the group area. So it's not one-on-one, but it's the group area.
Okay.
So I work in a crisis unit. So when children they cannot maintain children at home anymore, or at another place, problem children, then they call us if they can stay at our place to stabilize them. But it's from the judge, they can give them the order to come here, or another place where they are keeping children. They bring them to us.
Juvenile center.
No, not with that. No, it's just children with lower IQ.
Okay.
And with psychiatric problems. Yes.
Okay. Is it a nice job for you to do?
It's a very rewarding job for me to do.
Helping the children.
Helping the children, because if it's not, there are different types of kinds of people. People who want to make a lot of money, and people who want to
give
something back to the world and try to change the world in their own way. And I went to do this mental health care because I want to change the world, because I believe our youth are our future generations. So if I wanted to make a lot of money, I wouldn't be doing this job because it's not paying.
But where do you get the idealism from?
It's from my mom.
She's an idealistic person.
Yes, very.
Oh,
very.
okay.
Because I've seen a lot of bad things around me in my own life and in my surroundings. And my mom always teach me to forgive people and to teach people and to learn people how life also could be. And
she always always be negative.
No, it don't have to be. Yeah, and she always told me if something is negative, you always can turn it to a positive thing. Okay. And if everybody was thinking negative, then we will keep all these wars we're experiencing, but we Africans were experiencing, or in some other parts of the world.
Yeah, the program is focused on Africans. We'll take this short break. When we come back, we'll continue with Geoffy.
On this program, Focus on Africans, hosted by the popular Pan-African writer Femi Akomolafe, who has devoted his entire life to championing African cause. We highlight this problem and try to look for solution. Focus on Africans is a program to watch, to meet with those with passion to build a better African for ourselves and the coming generations. Focus on Africans. Together, we can build a better Africa.
Yeah, welcome back, viewers. The program is Focus on Africans. Today, our guest is Geoffy George. And okay, let's move on to your music.
Yes.
What do you get into music? What prepared you?
First of all, my mom, when she took me to the church in Nigeria, that's where all the musical journey began for me. Then we came here to Holland. My senior brother, Osondu, he called himself Don Osondu. He was a musician as well. He was a reggae artist, performing in whole Holland. He always took me with his band as a little.
So music was in the family.
It was in the family. Everybody had something with music. If he was not listening to music, then he was singing.
Yeah, the question I was going to ask is: many parents they don't want their children to sing. Why's your mom different?
Because she gets music, joy and power from music. And it's
is she a singer?
She can sing very well. She used to sing in the choir.
Ah, okay.
So she
got video of her?
No, I don't got. But I think if we're going to eat by her, you ask her to sing, or even dancing, she will do it for you.
So the music has been in the family.
Yeah, it was being in the family.
But your brother was playing reggae.
He was playing reggae. And he always
that influenced you also.
Yes.
Because the question I was going to ask her, why reggae is supposed to be a political genre of music.
Yes.
So why did you choose to be? You started with Tupac was your hero.
Yes, Tupac and Bob Marley. Because I always, like I told you, as a youngster, I was always a friendly and social person. But in my experiences here in Holland, I got very disturbed of the discrimination, the racism. So it radicalized me and to consciousness to people like Tupac. I could relate to him because the things he was experiencing in America with the police, especially that one, I was experiencing with my peers and with my teachers here in Holland. So I could relate with him. Those times you had like MTV raps and everything. I used to put my videotape inside and tape everything, and then go to my room to imitate everything, to learn the lyrics, the moves, and the attitudes and everything. That is where it all started.
But you're a young guy. A lot of people went through the same experience without developing consciousness. Why is yours different? Because
I had a strong mom behind me. My mom, I never knew my dad, so she raised 5 children on her own.
5 children? And
they were all men. So you can imagine if you are one woman against 5 men, wow.
You have to control 5 men.
And you have to be very strong. So yeah, it was something else. That is one different part. And for me, other different thing for me and other people is like I would grow up in Nigeria. I was born in Nigeria. My both parents are Nigerians, and I took that package with me to Europe. So I have the best of both worlds.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, that is my advantage on a lot of people.
So you have a Bob Marley, you have a Tupac, and then
Yes.
you have your mom as a
Yes.
Bergen.
Yes.
So what do you draw your own inspirations outside of this tricky? Do you draw from other sources?
Yes. Yes.
Like
Especially from God.
from God. Okay.
From God.
So it's a center of a universe.
Yes.
God.
Yes. My mom always. I was raised up as a Christian,
Okay.
and my mom, she always let us decide ourselves if we wanted to practice the religion or not.
She didn't impose things on you.
No, it was like till when I was 12, 13 years, we always prayed at home. We always went to church with her, even in Nigeria, as here in Holland.
Okay.
And from when I was 12, 13, she told us, you are now becoming a young man, so you're allowed to choose your own destiny if you want to walk the path of God or not. That time, I was, like I told you, I was in my radical years. I didn't want to do it, so I left God behind. But when I was like 17 years, I moved out from home because it was too much for my mom at that time. So I moved to my auntie in Leiden.
Yeah, okay.
And there, my whole spiritual journey began again. I was away from home. I was young. I was attending school. I was making all these decisions on my own. So I had enough time to overthink all the things to reflect on life and to overthink all the things I've done. So there, my whole spiritual journey began.
The next question I was going to ask you, you have a dreadlock. Are you a practicing Rastafarian?
I'm not practicing Rastafarian, but the things, let me put it like this. I believe all religions, we have a lot of religions in the world, and there is only one God in the center. So from every religion, I want to take the positive thing and make it my own. And if I make all those things my own, then I'll find God in the center. So
for you, God doesn't belong to a religion?
No, we all pray to one God.
So if someone asks you what is your religion, what will be your answer?
I'll tell them I'm a spiritual man. I'm a man of God. And if you want to give it a name, call it God. Call them God. That is my religion. God is my religion. And to answer your question, very specific, the things I learned from the Rastafarian movement, from Bob Marley, is the one love thing. He always talk about equality, about one race, one heart, one religion, and those things, that is for me, that is the Rasta thing. And the whole political and radical thing about Rastas, I tell them keep it for them. I'll take only the positive vibrations from it. And I think Bob Marley, that was the message. Inspiration. Yes.
But then you have this, how do you put it? He was preaching one love and one thing, but we live in a society where your racial identity defines who you are.
True.
How do you reconcile that?
That is a very, very good one. See, Bob Marley was preaching for one love and one equality.
Yep. One race, one
universe. But reality is, if even me myself, if I see you, I'll see you as a person with a black skin, a person from Africa. But that doesn't mean I won't respect you if you had a white skin or if you were bald. So how I'm going to say this, on a personal level, people, they'll always judge you about how you look,
your appearance.
About your appearance. But the thing you do with it afterwards, that is the most important thing. Because we're human beings, nobody is perfect. We are all sinners. Even in the Bible says, how many times, if we look to the Old Testament, how many times Israel didn't provoke God. So that says we are all sinners. But the best thing to do is to live your life as good as possible. That is the whole thing. The religion trying to teach us. Anybody who says he's only good, that one is already a sinner.
Okay, reggae is also a musical genre that focuses a lot on culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And today they say we live in a globalized world.
Yeah.
Do you think culture is still relevant?
Sorry?
Are culture still relevant if we live
Yeah.
in a globalized world?
Yeah, yeah. We're living in a global world. That for me, that means that the whole technology, like for the smartphones, internet, everything, it brings us all together. It makes the world very small.
Yeah.
So, for me, sitting here in Holland, I can have contact with my friends in Nigeria. 20 years ago, if I told people that was going to happen, they'll say I'm mad. I'm a dreamer. But yeah, I think culture is very essence of who we are.
What does culture mean to you?
Culture is it defines where you're coming from, and it defines who you are at a certain stage. Like I was born and raised in Nigeria. I got some packages, some values from there. I took it to here in Holland, and here they have other how you call it, other values and other state of mind or other things, how they're looking at people.
The outlook of life is different.
Yes, but putting those two together, it is really define who I am.
And on this program, we try to ask this question.
Yeah.
You are an African,
Yes.
born and brought to Europe.
Yeah.
Do you have this problem of identity?
Not anymore.
How will you define yourself?
I went to Curacao last month, and they asked that same question to me. I see myself. I was born in Africa, raised in Africa, and I also was raised in Europe. And if I have to define myself, I'm a world citizen.
World citizen.
But to put those two together, African and European, I call myself an Afropean.
That's a nice. I heard that term last year.
Yeah.
That's Afropean.
Yes, Afropean.
And don't you feel like, if when the Dutch politicians are there, okay?
Yeah.
They define European as they still continue to define European as white skin, whatever.
Yeah.
How do you feel it? If you feel like you're
I think I have to tell a lot of European politicians to go back to school, because if we are looking at, let's say, in Holland, Holland was built in after the war by Moroccan and Turkish people. So how can politicians go and claim that Europe or Holland is only white? They've been living here for years, for many years, and they were the one who helped build up this country. So by saying European is only white, I would say, like, then you have your eyes closed.
But there seems to be, I mean, if you watch the media, you listen to the news, they seem to be having the upper hand. I mean, they're defining what is...
Yeah, I always see it as everywhere in the world there's discrimination. And I think if we're talking about the Dutch situation, it's only a small part of the Dutch people who are talking all this rubbish. A small part who feel we immigrants were taking over because we are becoming much in numbers, and they feel
threatened.
Yes.
Are these some of the things you address in your music?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. My CD, Maintain Yourself, is...
Maintain Yourself?
Yes, Maintain Yourself is hip-hop orientated, and it tells my story growing up as a youngster into becoming this conscious and spiritual person I am right now. So if you listen to my lyrics, they can be very, very offending to people if you don't listen well. I curse sometimes in my raps, but that doesn't mean I curse on people. If you're angry sometimes, you can lose yourself. You
lose yourself. Foul language.
Yes, and if in music is very... in music is a different world for artists. You can almost say everything and anything you want, but you have to do it with the conscious mind. So if you listen to my music, the rap things, even if I listen back to it right now, I can understand people can
be irritated by
they can be offended by it. But if you listen,
do you mind to sing it for us?
One track.
Yeah.
Right now or afterwards?
Right now.
Okay. There's one. Let me see. You want me to do the more aggressive or the more
Just,
conscious one?
Let's hear the aggressive one.
The aggressive. I have one track that is called Think About, and it goes like this. Hello, Geoffy G is on the radio. Let me introduce myself. I'm Mr. Microphone. Turn up the volume. Exercise your sneakers. I'll be patiently waiting for me to turn off all the peakers. Bitches hating about me. Bitches talking about it. What you motherfuckers say are the cutting about me. And I'll stop there.
Okay.
I'll stop there. That one. You see, I saw your own thing. But if you have the conscious one, it's like maintain yourself. That's where
that's more conscious.
That's where, that is the part I want to go, and it's like keep doing what you're doing, help others spread love and light, maintain yourselves, and if you're choosing, then you're choosing. Help others spread love and life. Maintain yourselves. So that is more conscious.
And more regular.
And more regular.
Oh, okay. You're a younger musician. Can you tell us some of the challenges you faced?
The challenges I faced is like here in Holland. We have a small music scene. We only have 17 million. The market is very small. So if you are rapping or singing in Dutch, it's very hard in English, sorry. It's very hard to compete with the Dutch language because the Dutch foreign language is the thing that is moving music nowadays. And the English part when it's like in the 1999, people were not very fond of that English thing. The big rappers or the big artists were like Postman and Eli. They were doing heavy stuff and good stuff, and also internationally. But for me, it was very tough to compete with the Dutch-speaking artists. It was very tough.
Are you looking at the Dutch market? Are you looking at the international, the global market?
I'm looking at the Nigerian market, and from there, globally,
it's bigger.
It's very bigger. Here we have 17 million people. But only Nigeria, we only have already 140.
But do they know you in Nigeria?
They know me now.
I
went in 2009. I went back for the first time with my brother Donna Sondo.
Yeah.
And that's where all this my musical journey started. We just went to music stations and we had the CD with us, and I told them, so please my brother, I have this music. I'm from Europe. I'm a born Nigerian. Could you play it and give it some time? And they did.
And now you're getting the feedback.
I'm getting the feedback, a massive feedback, because I'm busy releasing the album Maintain Yourself. I recorded it in 2007. I recorded it here in Holland with
it's going to be released in Nigeria.
It's going to be released in Nigeria.
When is that?
This year. But I won't tell you any date, because you know how Africans are. We don't have to talk about time. Just if it's there, I'll let you know.
All right, we look forward to it.
Yes.
Apart from your elder brother,
yeah,
how many other musicians have you played alongside with?
The famous Dutch rappers, they're one of the top in these days. The Opposites.
The Opposites.
The Opposites. I grew up with William from the Opposites. That guy is half Dutch, and his father is from Curacao.
You played alongside them?
Yeah, we already know each other since when we were 14, 15. So we started together, and also with, don't forget, Twan is the producer and also the rapper. We started with Willem and we were doing the English part, and Twan and him, they were doing the Dutch part. So we were always, if we had to perform with the three of us, we came together, like doing in school parties. We went to sing for people, and then we wrote lyrics offending the teachers, but they didn't even hear we were offending them. They were just clapping and singing with us. And it came to pass when we were like 17, 18, when I told you I moved out to Leiden, that our part we separated. There they went to concentrate on the music, and my mom always told me she will allow me to do music, but I always have to have education to finish it. So that's where our paths separated. I did my education, finished high school, went to university, and when I finished Opposites, they blew. They're on top right now.
They're on top.
They are definitely on top.
Do you still have contact with them?
Yeah. Twan, Big Two from the opposite, is the one who produced the Maintain Yourself CD for me.
Okay.
So we are still in working relationship. But I don't want to intensify it because I want people to see me as Geoffy and not as one of the opposites.
And as an appendage of the opposite.
Yeah, no, because I'm doing my thing myself. Even the Nigerian project I'm doing right now is me doing it. No, I don't have no help from anybody. I have a manager and a marketer, but it's me, Geoffy, who is running.
And you like to maintain that?
I like to maintain it myself.
How often do you go to Nigeria then?
From 2009, I've been there every year.
Okay.
And even this 2011, I still want to go back when they release the album.
All right. This is a program where we try to look at issues concerning Africa.
Yeah.
You live in relative comfort in Europe.
Yes.
When you go back to Africa, you see the society.
Yeah.
What are some of the feelings?
Yeah, I feel very sad because I thought we Africans we will learn from the colonial days and from the oppression we experienced for many years. But when the oppressors they went away and we acquire our independence, the whole thing just started again. But then it's not the oppression of the whites against the blacks, but now it's blacks oppressing each other, and that's very sad. Because if like I was discriminated when I was small, but I learn from it when I grow, and I'm not discriminating other people. I even learn, I tell myself I'm never going to be like the people who discriminate me. I want it to be better than them. So I would hope our brothers and sisters would learn from the oppression from the whites to stop oppressing each other, because we have our land back. We have our independence, the most part of Africa. So why we continue the whole oppression? Why we don't build up our continent? Because Africa, I know everywhere in the whole world they're afraid of Africa because we have all natural resources. And if we can just combine the power and make it a powerful continent, we won't be reliable to any continent, America, Europe. We will be unbeatable. Like now they're afraid of the Chinese because they are taking over, they're everywhere. If we Africans just make that state of mind, just change it, care for each other, and not only thinking about me and my family, but thinking about our country, the society, we will be much further. And I think that this is my calling to all the youths all over Europe who are African origin, to take back the knowledge they gained in Europe, in America, everywhere. Take it back to Africa and teach the people.
Are this some of the things you address in your lyrics?
Yes, definitely.
And when you go to say Nigeria and then you meet the youth, how do you relate to them?
I meet a lot of street youths who are in the middle of the life. They have to decide, am I going to choose the hard way, going to college, going to school, knowing that it's very hard if you finish college, university, to get some work, or I take the shortcut, the easy way, and go to do criminal things. I always tell them it's your own life, and you are the one to decide which one, and responsible to decide which one you take. But I can tell you, if you take the bad road, the easy road, on the long term, it's not going to benefit you. Either you end up in jail or you end up being dead. You get the short-term gains for long-term. Yes, definitely. But if you choose the hard way, good education. But how do they see you as a young guy? Do they listen to you? I think so, because I'm one of them, because they know if they talk our Igbo language or Pidgin English, I will understand them. I can't speak the Igbo language back, but I can speak back the English. So they see me as a person from Europe, as one of them coming back, trying to teach them. As a positive person. Okay. And they see with my positivity, I even gain more successes than their peers in Nigeria doing all those bad things. Maybe I don't have the money they have, but I have the knowledge and the positivity, and I even can. So you're like a hero to them. They can look up to you. Yes. And you try to give them ideas. Do you share ideas with them? Yes, I tell them I'm not that special. I'm just like them. What the only difference is that I gained some education and a wealthy life in Europe. That is the only difference between us. But the mindset, if they want to reach something, they can reach it. But they only have to believe in it and mingle with only good people and leave the bad people behind. If they can do that and try the possible best, then God will see them through in any kind of way.
And then the elderly people, you also talk to them.
Yes, but those are the more stubborn people.
What are the things you tell them?
I tell them about how society is here in Holland, in Europe, and how it is in Africa. But the things about the elderly Africans is that they think that Europe is the place to be, is the place where they can gain all the successes and everything. They think if they come to Europe, they can instantly their problems are solved.
But do you blame them? That's the image they see.
I don't blame them, but I also tell them, you people need more people to tell you who already experience it, that it's tough. Yeah. It's tough for us Africans in Europe. The discrimination, the rules, the taxes, everything is very disturbing for people because it's not like Africa. Yeah. I wish if it was like Africa, Europe would be a paradise for everybody.
Yeah, but what they see CNN, they watch MTV, they saw big glitter, gold, people picking money from the world.
Yeah, I tell them it's an illusion.
It's an illusion?
It's an illusion.
But they don't believe you?
Some of them, they believe me, but I have to put enough effort to convince them. Enough effort, because people they will still have in their mind, if I have enough money, I'll go to Europe, my problems are solved. But it's not like that.
Yeah, you are young, you grew up in the Netherlands, things are well organized.
Yeah, true.
When you look back at Africa, and take Nigeria for example, what are some of the things you think that people should start to begin to do to move the society forward?
I think
on a personal level.
On a personal level is if you put it very small, just respect each other. Respect each other and leave our religions behind. Practice your religion, but respect other religions. The whole problem in Africa is a religion thing. Starting the North, Muslims against South in Nigeria, the Christians. That is the whole problem. And we have to stop thinking about ourselves and our family, but think about the society, think about your country. That is the thing I want to tell them, because in Africa it's like we live today, so chop the money today. But then I tell them, but what about tomorrow? And what about your children in the future? What are they going to chop if you already chop everything? And then they are like thinking, and then they will say, I'll chop even more money today, save it for my children. And then I tell them, if everybody think like that,
it's all about chopping money.
Yeah, if everybody think like that, then who is going to help each other again?
What is the answer?
Then some people, they will stop them out. They'll tell me, stop talking your rubbish European language.
We take this short break. When we come back, we'll continue with Geoffy.
On this program, Focus on Africans, hosted by the popular Pan-African writer Femi Akomolafe, who has devoted his entire life to championing African cause. We highlight this problem and try to look for solution. Focus on Africans is a program to watch, to meet with those with passion to build a better African for ourselves and the coming generations. Focus on Africans. Together, we can build a better Africa.
Welcome back, viewers. The program is Focus on Africans. Today we have Geoffy George, an upcoming musician in Amsterdam. Geoffy,
yes.
What's your philosophical outlook?
My philosophical outlook?
We're going to be discussing a lot of things, but if you have to describe yourself.
I see myself as a spiritual person who believe in equality and in, like what Bob Marley would say, one race and one heart. So everybody, to me, is equal. If you done bad to me, I won't do bad to you. I'll just teach you about how to be good as possible. So my philosophical thing is like, I believe in positivity and in the goodness of the human race. But I think the human race are forgetting who they are, because of all the of all the wealth, of all the money, all the power. I think if we just could leave those things behind and just care more about each other.
Well, you've been idealistic again, if I may go back to that. Because when you look around, you see we spend more money on weapons than on food production.
Yes.
Are we really loving people, human beings?
I think in essence we are.
But what went wrong?
What went wrong is that I think if you are looking at the situation in Egypt or Tunis, it's the government that is our problem.
Or Nigeria?
Or Nigeria. The government is the problem. The system is the problem. People, in essence, like if I'm talking to you, I look in your eyes. You're a good person.
On personal level.
Your personal level. We all there's nobody in this world who want to destroy the world. Like then nobody will live again.
Why are we building so much weapons?
That is a good question.
Yeah.
If I knew the answer, I would just give it like that. But I think we have to unite as one and tell our government we don't want that. I'm like ambassador of peace, ambassador of organization of world peace is possible.
Okay.
And we really believe that world peace is possible, but we have to change the way we are thinking. Like if a child is doing bad, maybe the child wouldn't know he's doing bad, think he's doing the right thing.
You have to be
but
corrected.
you have to be corrected and teach them. And if nobody will teach them or correct them, they'll continue in the same mistake.
Okay, what are the things you're enjoying the most?
Music. I enjoy music a lot.
Any hobby?
Hobby, yes. I do fitness, so to keep myself in shape. My other hobbies is giving workshops to the youth.
On what subject?
Combining music, writing lyrics into how you say that, into giving their emotions a place.
Releasing their emotion.
Yeah, because many youth they don't know how to talk about the emotions anymore because that is not tough. But if I teach them, like if you put your emotions in lyrics, in rap, it releases a lot. A lot of tension. A lot of tension. Okay. So that's what I teach them. I teach them in schools and I teach them in
Holland.
In penitentiary level. Yeah, in Holland. Yeah.
You go around there teaching them.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So that is my hobby.
And that's you're doing from your own efforts, or you've been subsidized?
I do it from my own efforts. Yes.
Do you plan something like that in Africa?
Yes, that is what I want to do. I want to establish a name in Nigeria, in my country, as a musician. And when people know me and I gain a lot of, how you call that? Experience, and like people know me globally, then I want to start these programs. I want to really use the thing I learned in school. I want to combine it with my music and teach people, especially the youth, the children, yes. Okay.
And what are the things you hate the most?
I hate the most. I hate war. I hate people harming each other. And I hate hypocrisy.
That's a lot of things to
Yeah, but...
How do you deal with it then? With the things like hypocrisy, for example?
Hypocrisy, yeah. How do I deal with it? I always want to stay positive. Always think positive. If somebody do me wrong, I won't blame him in a personal level.
Just to analyze
I try to teach him and give him back, because sometimes people they don't even know what they're doing to others. So if I wouldn't teach them, I will be doing the same bad thing. I'll be the same stubborn person like them. So I will always want to try to teach them, to let them see, to be a mirror to them, like what they are doing to me. But like you read my Twitter or Facebook, sometimes I can be very annoyed or I have a lot of tension that it just blow like that. But that are only words. I don't want to put it in practice.
Okay, let's talk. What type of Africa do you have in your dreams?
Africa, a united Africa where it doesn't matter what kind of religion you have. Africa with enough education, enough work for everybody, where people can have enough to eat, where we don't have people starving from hunger anymore, where we don't have...
And those things are possible?
They are possible.
They are really possible. Why are they not doing them?
every society, they have to go through changes and through different stages to become what they are and to develop themselves. We're always talking about Africa, and we're thinking, yeah, Africa is not all good, but bad things are happening. But they experienced the same thing in Europe before they went and they are where they are right now. Okay. Every society will have to go through stages to get further. So I think we have to give Africa a chance, give them time, and we'll get there.
We're looking at what is happening in Tunisia and Egypt.
Yes.
Do you think those are some of the hot people we have to have in Africa before we get there?
Those are signs that people, the real people, so not the government, but the people, they want changes. I believe Nigerians, they want changes, but they don't know how. And the situation in Tunis and in Egypt will give whole Africa confidence that it's possible. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it is possible.
There are signs.
There are signs that it's possible. I think people have to, like that thing I told you, if people bond, then the power is more powerful than everybody doing it in an individual level. So if we bond like they did in Egypt and in Tunis, wow. The government, they're afraid of us. They're really afraid of us. They want to keep us ignorant.
Then let's go to let's talk about the world now. What type of world do you envision in your dreams?
What type of world? People will call me very a visionary or very naive, but I really believe in a world without war.
A war without war.
Without war. A world with peace. And that doesn't mean that there will be some conflicts. Conflicts will always be there because a human being is both bad as he is good. So there will be always conflict. But I think we have to, like you said, you asked me a question, how can it be we're investing more in weapons than we're investing in food or in healthcare? I think that thing will change and the whole consciousness will come that will leave the war behind and invest more in food and in healthcare and in the youth and everything. I think a change is coming. Everywhere in any religion says that a change will come. And I believe that change is that we'll be more conscious.
But if you analyze this thing further, war doesn't come because people want to fight, but because people want what other people want. I have resources. Or you have resources. I want the resources, but I don't want to pay for it. Is that not how do we eliminate that greediness from human life?
Stop the money. We have to vanish the whole money system.
Capitalist system?
Yes.
How do we do that?
I don't know how we do that, but I know that.
Yeah, because when we talk of war, people don't go and fight because they fight over resources.
Yes, it's true. It's true. So the resources, they're not endless. So if the resources, they're not there, what are we going to do? Are we still going to fight each other because there are no resources? I think then we're going to think we need each other. Like America, they always thought they were on top of the world, that they are the leaders and everybody needed them. Now they are seeing that even China, Russia, they're passing them. So they know now they need China and Russia to be maintaining their whole image of savers of the world. So I think if those things, they continue happening like that civilizations, countries, governments, they'll be pushed to work together because without working together they wouldn't make it. We're not going to go anywhere.
And your music, how far do you want to take it? Are we looking at the next Lucky Dube or the next Bob Marley, or what are your own dreams? My
intentions with my music is to reach and to spread my words, my message as far as possible. It's up to the people to believe me or not. I cannot influence that. I'm not someone who is commercialized, how you call that?
Oriented?
I'm not commercialized or orientated. I just want to spread my music and I want people to love me for who I am.
Also for your message?
And my message, there's no compromise in my message. No way. No compromise. I will keep on saying what I want and how I want it, but with respect to everybody.
Every human being.
Yes.
And then, what are the plans for the immediate future?
The plans are releasing my album, Maintain Yourself. I'm very anxious to do that. It's urging in me. Even when I'm talking about it, I get excited. I'm very excited. I want to release my album, and then if we put it on long term, I want to have an entertainment bureau to teach the youth how to start up their own musical career.
Okay.
And if I have enough money in that organization to sponsor them a little bit, to just give them small money to do that. And if I also want to start up hospitals in Nigeria, so everybody will have access to
some health.
Yes.
Okay.
To good health.
Yeah, I wish most of our youth are also thinking this positive. The program is a focus on Africans, and on this note, I think it has been fantastic talking to you.
Thank you very much.
And I wish you success with your visions, your dreams, your musical career.
Thank you very much.
Everything.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, viewers, thank you very much for watching this program. My name is Femi Akomalafe. The program is focused on Africans. I hope you enjoy it also the way we enjoy producing it. I've been working with Smala Sulemana, Saadatu Sulemana, Remi Akomalafe is also helping us, Grey Westerfeld. And until next week, I say, Ireo.